Iwasan natin yon, no? Kung di kinakailangan, kaya mong lumabas sa kanya yung words, no? Na di-describe sa kanyang damdamin. Okay? So, 2.2, techniques and tools, no? Guided imagery for relaxation and peace. Ano ba ibig sabihin ito? Guided imagery is a gentle and but powerful mind-body technique that uses the imagination to promote relaxation, reduce anxiety, and foster inner peace. Pain and anxiety are common at the end of life, kaya it's really effective. So, paano daw ito? May mga example tayo dito. Imagine you're lying in a soft hammock. Itong pwede mong sabihin sa patient mo. Okay? Sabihin mo sa kanya, imagine you are lying in a soft hammock under a tree. Yan, siyempre, gentle, no? The breeze is warm. Pa-imagine mo siya. Birds are singing gently. Pakinggan mo yan. And the air smells of lavender. You are safe, love, and health. Nakaka-relax siya. So ito yung mga guided imagery for relaxation and peace. For a Christian, ito example, no? Imagine Jesus is sitting beside you, holding your hand. You are not alone. You are surrounded by light and love. He whispered, you are safe. I am with you. Ayan, napaka-ano yan. Very powerful, no? For peace, mamapin niya yung peace. Okay? And then, legacy work. Paano ito? Helping the dying record messages, write letters, and create memory books. No? Pwede mong pasulatin siya, no? Messages, no? Kasi nakakatulong ito for peace. Magkaroon siya ng peace of mind. At meron siyang legacy na iwan. No? Hindi man yung ma-publish na book, but it's a notebook that others can read and be inspired by the writings, di ba? At siya rin, habang sinusulat niya ito, it creates peace sa kanyang isip. No? Life review therapy. Yan, paano ito? Aiding people to find meaning and closure. Maaaring mga past niya, mga magagandang memory, but there are also disappointing experiences. Help him to have closure on that experience. Kasi may mga matatanda, alam niyo, stages naman ng psychosocial niya, no? Erik Erikson, ano, degenerative, something like that, no? Sama makakatulong yun, ano? Nang magkaroon ng closure at ma-feel niya na kahit may mga failures in life, ito naman yung mga magagandang ginawa niya. So, affirm it, no? Validate para magkaroon siya ng magandang dignity sa kanyang sarili. Okay? And then, 2.3, supporting family members. Okay, ito na. How are we going to minister to the family members? No? Normalize complex emotion, such as relief, guilt, anticipatory grief. Okay, so normalize yung mga complex emotions by listening to them, facilitating, okay, and helping the family na ma-normalize siya. It's not easy, di madali yun, ano? Yeah. Teach them how to communicate, speak to the dying even if unconscious. Ito ginagawa natin sa hospital, no? Talk to him kahit comatose, no? Talk to him. Kasi there are studies na kahit comatose siya, may naintindihan. And the last sense na mawala sa isang namamatay ay ang hearing. Yan. Okay. So, mag-speak. So, maaaring na-receive yun nung patient, pero it's therapeutic to the family. Kasi na-express, no? Yung catharsis na sinabi sa atin, ano? So, yan. Offer reassurance, apologies, and forgiveness. Yun. Let them express, no? Talk to the to their patient, no? Na ina-assure nyo na napatawad siya. No? It's very comforting. Okay? Part 3, grief counseling after death. Ito na. Tingnan natin ito, no? The process of grieving. So, mourning is not a disorder. Remember that, no? It's a necessary, though painful, process. So, we have the dual process model. Oscillating between loss-oriented and restoration-oriented coping. Paano ito gagawin? Ito yung example ng oscillation, no? Of ano to? Loss-oriented and restoration-oriented coping, no? One day, a grieving spouse may sit alone looking at wedding pictures. Okay, nag-emote siya. But on the next day, they may go out with friends to distract themselves or pay bills. So tutulungan mo yun. Kaya yung ministry natin to the bereaved family does not end during the burial. That most of the time, yun yung ginagawa natin. Wala na tayong follow-up visit. Akala natin ay napaglingkuran na natin. Pero the most critical, no? Stage ng kanilang grief is after na mailibing yung kanilang mahal sa buhay. So ito, pwede natin silang guide na ito, no? Itong oscillation na ito. One day, hayaan mo siya mag-emote, speak, express their feelings by crying, pero the next day, bigyan mo sila ng mga activities para mabago yung kanilang mga isip, no? Okay. Yan. And then, when grief becomes complicated, ano yung mga signs or risk factor? Sudden death, unresolved conflict, multiple losses, yung biglaang kamatayan, ano? O kaya, sunod-sunod yung loss, kamatayan, ano? Namatay yung anak, kinalinggo, susunod na linggo ay yung asawa naman. May ganun kayong karanasan, di ba? So matindi yun, ano? So that's the time that they most need our ministry, no?